Hey everybody, welcome back. This is James at Trucking Broadcast Radio, TBR, right? Tango Bravo Romeo, right? If you're ex-military, you get that? Tango Bravo Romeo. Trucking Broadcast Radio. Welcome back. My name is James, and this is going to be probably a topic specific broadcast on the show today, and I think it's been about 3 or 4 days since I put the launch video out. Once again, welcome to the channel. Share it. We're building a community here. We're building a revival. We're building a revolution here. And that's, a lot of people can sit there and say, well, here's another guy trying to connect truckers and trying to, build stuff and do stuff again. Well, yeah, this is something that I'm going to keep on doing, and hopefully we're going to get some traction and some success here. Again, a couple disclosures, and I'll try to see if I can mention this every time. I'm not here to promote any specific company. No company promotes me or pays me to do that. I'm not here to promote any company. I'm not here to endorse anything necessarily. That may come at a later time or something if we get some traction, get some popularity, get some partners in with us here on Trucking Broadcast Radio. But today, I don't want to waste a lot of time on the intros here. But again, if you want to comment and mention any specifics on who you are, who you drive for, whatever else, that's your business. I kind of stay away from it because no company's paying me. So anyway, let's get into the topic. Today is kind of a generic topic. I've got a lot in my head about this, and if you will, just walk the walk with me here for a few minutes. The topic on today is people. Is people. When I say people, that means us commercial motor vehicle operators, us truck drivers, us big rig operators, whatever you want to call us, right? Is people, is good people. Now, I'm sure people that are watching this, there's going to be naysayers, there's going to be detractors, there's going to be trolls that come in here and try to do things and say different things on perspective, but this is kind of a serious take on people. And, in my years out here in the industry, what I found is that, and I did this in business too, when I had my businesses before I came back to trucking also. When you have good people that are focused on objectives, that are focused on goals, focused on the company mission, whatever that is, I think you get the idea. When you have good people that are committed and show up and are reliable and accountable, almost everything else just kind of, falls into place. You can tweak it, you can design it, you can structure it, but you got to have good people. Now, what I see in trucking is, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, is you see a lot of complainers and whiners, and it detracts from the performance, it detracts from their mentality, their focus going forward, and they're focused on too much of the minutia, right? The collection of bullshit that surrounds their job, and they let that eat them up. Well, that's not an easy thing to cast aside, right? Because we all deal with it. We all deal with the bullshit and the stuff that doesn't make sense, the erroneous bullshit, superfluous bullshit that we have to deal with. But what does that all revolve around? It revolves around the human factor. It revolves around incompetence. It revolves around stupidity. It revolves around things that don't make sense. But when you have good people with good heads on their shoulders, they can figure it out. And that's what we do. That's what we do as truckers. That's what we do as trucking professionals, as commercial motor vehicle operators, professional, right? That's what we do, right? I'm ex-military. I'm ex-United States Navy. I'm always, and I'm a combat vet. So you guys can put the math together on that. I didn't serve in the traditional Navy. So, but I did serve for day for day, 12 years solid, active duty service. And we always put mission first. We were always collecting things and figuring things out. A lot of stuff on the fly, a lot of stuff very non-static. In other words, in a lot of dynamic environments. And that's what we do as trucking professionals, right? We work in a dynamic environment. Unless you're on the highway, on the highways and byways, going down the highway at 65, 70 miles an hour, whatever it is, and you're just kind of focused on driving, you have kind of an easy day, just rolling down the road. That's the easy part of trucking, right? It's all the other bullshit. So I think what we have to do as part of this community on Trucking Broadcast Radio is we have to focus on the professional side of things, not the crying and whining and complaining. Yeah, we're going to get some of that. We got to vent. We got to air some of that stuff out. But today's topic being quote people unquote, right, is we got to have good people. And if this revival revolution movement's going to grow, we got to have good people that are interested in focusing on the mission every day. Everything else will kind of sort of fall into place when you have good people, when you're surrounded by good people. I'm kind of sort of generically talking a little bit here, right? Generics, a lot of generics, non-specifics, but I'm actually, in my mind, the immediate plan, the near future plan, the long range plan is to actually turn this into a brand, right? Trucking Broadcast Radio, a brand for all of us as professionals, part of a network. And down the line, bringing in partners and bringing in sponsors that will promote the professional side, professional health, welfare, professional mission-oriented, focused-oriented side of professional truck driving. The tools, the resources that are available to us. So, or could become better or more available to us as professionals. We want to tie this movement and revival into, of course, focused on us as professionals. But we want to promote things that are better and greater for us. And I'm not just talking generic stuff here. I'm talking about integrating the side of the whole truck stop picture, right? What happens at truck stops, what the prices that you pay, all that kind of stuff is going to be factored into this down the line. And we're going to do live. I'm going to do some live recordings at truck stops. I'm going to be doing, inside the truck stops, the pricing, the stuff that pisses me off and probably pisses a lot of you people off. And we're going to hopefully share these videos with the corporate people that see this kind of shit and see how truckers are basically taken advantage of at truck stops. You go into a truck stop and pay, and unless you're getting points off of fueling and all that, and everybody knows that game, right? But if you didn't get points off of fueling your vehicle, and you had to go in and you didn't have enough points or whatever for a shower, you're going to pay $14 to $16 for a fucking shower. What kind of bullshit is that, right? And the only ones that actually provide towels that I know of, and they're clean and really good, is the Love's truck stops, right? They actually even give you towels. I'm sure most of you know that, but it's things like this. But also what I want to integrate into is on the people side of things, okay? On the people side of things. And again, I prefer that you don't mention the companies that you work for, only if you want to and you feel that, because that's going to get out. You publish that or comment on that on a public platform, it's going to get out there, right? But I prefer that you don't identify who you work for or what company or whatever, unless you want to do that. It's up to you. But when you look at the people side of things, right? And what we want to discuss is how do we evolve better? How do we and this ties into, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, right? Like, how many times you ever wanted to throat punch a fucking planner or a dispatcher, right? How many times you ever want to throat punch? Because you're like, Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck are these people thinking, right? What are they thinking? Don't they have half a fucking brain to work with here? Putting me in this situation or letting this situation evolve or turn into something that it should never be or happen. And then everything is put in that driver's lap, right? So people, right? People, the factor of good people, whether it's you yourself as the professional driver, but also on the dispatching and planning side of things, also driver managers, driver leaders, right? We want to hear about those kind of things, right? How do we make that better? How do we even, could we even effectively change how things are done in your company, right? Now I know that's a big mountain. That's a big Pandora's box to open, right? But we're interested in here at Trucking Broadcast Radio. We're interested in your perspective and what you've experienced. Not so much the crying and whining side of it, but how would you do things better? We want to see that interaction. We want you to talk about the situation. We want to talk about what you would have done differently. And if you put yourself in their shoes, if you were running the company, right? Quote, if you were running the company, how would you do things differently, right? Again, kind of veering away from the crying and whining shit, like the after the fact, after the things happen thing. But just how would you do things different? Either generically, wide open, right? Wide open generically, or specific situations, right? So I'm thinking about doing, I don't want to go too long on here, but people is the focus, right? People, give me your feedback, give me your comments, give me your recommendations. Let's get the conversations going. So I'm thinking about Sunday night doing a live feed on this channel, okay? And a live feed is what we're going to do, a live feed through StreamYard. And it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, whatever. But on StreamYard, if you're not familiar with it, when I light off the broadcast, in the comments section, I can put a link there where I can invite people up on the panel. You can get yourself up on the panel and be side by side with me and other professionals having a conversation, right? Having a conversation, making your comments, talking to other drivers. I'm pretty sure we can have up to 6 or 8 people on the screen at one time. You can swap in, swap out, come in, come out, whatever, and do that. So I'm thinking about doing a live feed on Sunday evening on this channel. Probably around, I would say 7 or 8 Eastern time, maybe somewhere in that time frame, which may or may not be good for people. But in other words, give me the comments, give me the feedback if you're thinking about doing participating in the live feed. It's free. It don't cost anything, right? Just going to light it off and go. And even if I don't get any comments or feedback from folks, I'll still light it off Sunday night and do the live feed on this channel. So if you have anybody that's interested, anybody wants to participate, participation is key. I like the interaction and interaction and participation. That's key for me. And I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to spend the time and the energy to do that, to bring the community together and start getting some things going here. So if you'd like to do that, please comment if you're interested. Invite, share, subscribe, whatever. But invite people to that. I'll go ahead and make a short video if we get to go ahead and we decide to give it a green light and go for the broadcast anyway. I'll make a short or a short here on YouTube or a short video announcing that, or I can actually post it on the channel as an announcement on the channel, so you can check back. But invite people, get people involved, bring them on in. Just another little note here. As I'm building this thing, I'm actually going to be looking for folks that are willing to be in the center focus of the movement or the revival. People that are going to take the lead, take charge a little bit here and there, be in charge of things. So I'll be looking for folks like that. Granted, we're going to have some conversation and there's going to be some vetting in process. Get to know people. But I'm going to need a right-hand man or woman, whatever, on this channel. I'm going to need people in leadership, people that can take the baton, as they say in the relay, right? The 10,000 meter relay, right? Take the baton from time to time, input and be valuable, committed members of this movement, of this revival, of this revolution in trucking. So I'm serious about it. I hope you can see that. You can see the integrity here moving forward. And I'm anxious to get moving. So, share, invite, subscribe, like the channel, content, whatever. Let's roll. Let's get moving. And everybody, please be safe out there in your professional day. remember to breathe. Okay. Remember, we live in a very dynamic, moving and shaking environment. A lot of things going on. Remember to step back and breathe. Okay. Step back and breathe. Take a moment for yourself. Stay healthy mentally and physically as much as you can. And we'll see you on the next broadcast, okay? But get the participation, the comment, the conversations going, even if it's just amongst yourself in the comments section here, whatever. Remember, we're professionals, and but it's, at this point it's pretty much an open forum. Participate, be committed, okay? Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you on the flip side, right? Catch you on the next broadcast. This is James at Trucking Broadcast Radio, and I'm out. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.